Bandit King 8 is creating on the Goat Boat. Takes an ankle, draws the help D, and lobs up for the game. Clock is running down, no need to panic. Somehow, these skeletons have perfect vision. King Op 856 is in the wreck. Running from the corner. Usually a dunk, right? Wrong. Slings a pass for a deceptive dime. Way to open up the floor. That's how it's done. Danny Elf wraps us up in my team. Westbrook doesn't even take a step here. Just passes to a cutting. Big game James. That's James Worthy. But wait, did that go through the legs? What are the chances? So, what button are you pressing? It's a pretty tough decision. You get to assist the winner. Get your best play featured on 2KTV. Send them on social media using the hashtag 2KTVWOW. That was a blast. I'd love to do it again sometime. What's that? Next week? Well, I'll have to cancel jet ski tennis, but sure. All right. I'll see you then, 2KTV fans. Peace.
Trades have been the topic of conversation this past week in the NBA, but for some VC, can you answer this question? Which NBA player has never been traded in their career?
Is it Will Barton, Nerlens Noel, Yusuf Nurkic, or Moses Moody? This should be an easy one. Second-year player, never been traded, same team, easy peasy. Here's your VC. In Season 4 of 2K23, the music collective Soulection is featured with multiple new tracks added to the soundtrack and some sweet apparel to add some style to your My Player.
And they're big fans of NBA 2K. At a recent recording session, they brought in cameras for a behind-the-scenes look at how they create and play 2K. Check it out.
With just about a half season behind us, the rankings are clearer than ever, Greg. Do you feel confident starting to make some playoff predictions?
Oh, Kevin, it's way too early for that. Injuries, other roster shakeups. There's just still so much that could happen and totally reshape those rankings.
The starters for the Utah Jazz. Finally out there was Sexton. And there's Rashawn Holmes. Then there's Jared Vanderbilt. And it's Horton Tucker in at the small forward. MP will be in the upcoming All-Star game. What a special honor for him.
It's a huge deal to go to the All-Star game. MP has worked hard to earn his spot. That's not just something they hand out.
Well, you love the persistence on the offensive glass. All about effort right now.
Outside Porter, three-pointer, and the Raptors hit again from deep.
And good to get him going early. That shot should give him some confidence.
It's all about mindset out of the gate. If you're aggressive and they give you room, go ahead, let it fly.
Now, here's Sexton. Looking at the numbers, he's averaging about 20.5 points a game.
The real. Come at us, and we're coming right back at you.
And you would expect nothing less from these two, taking pride and making plays.
Here's Banton. Porter outside. Traps in the tray. Porter's got 9.
He is in a zone right now. Every three he puts up seems to be going down.
Jazz have gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game. Now the pass to Horton Tucker. Nice ball movement by Utah. Sexton deciding where to go with it. Shot clock at 5. The Jazz need to get off a shot here. Conley gets the bucket. Some exciting news for MP fans as we now have confirmation that it'll appear in the dunk contest. Just another reason, Greg, not to miss All-Star Weekend this year.
And I'm very curious about what he's cooking up for the contest. A guy with his athletic ability could make a huge splash. Maybe we'll even get a little preview here tonight.
And here's Sexton after the three-pointer from Porter. Lets it go from 14. Here's Holmes, and he finishes nicely on the layup.
And the D getting outworked there on the putback. Can't let that happen.
You have got to put a body on somebody. We talk about it ad nauseum, but you've got to be disciplined with the box outs.
The Raptors are only a few years removed from its championship in 2019. Boy, a lot has changed since then.
Conley, the pass to Horton Tucker, and the foul called on the great one. That is his first foul of the game.
First team foul.
So it's the Jazz now. They trail by 6. The shot's good from Horton Tucker. 7 points in the game. A lot of change. Toronto is without some of the key pieces from that title team, and it wasn't that long ago. But, Greg, they haven't had to go through a full rebuild. There are some remaining parts.
Listen, the talent they have is still undeniable, and they've got a good mix of young up-and-comers and players in the prime of their career.
And so it's Utah here with the ball after the three-pointer from Porter. Pass to Horton Tucker. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Here's Vanderbilt. Siakam pulls it in.
The defense ready for him on that possession. They had to be, because he is so strong in the paint.
Porter, no luck. Jazz trail by 7. Here's Sexton. Benton with the rebound.
And not allowing the shooter even an inch of breathing room on that one.
Right, he stays connected, and great timing on the contest.
Yeah, I mean, maybe could have tried for a more memorable dunk than that one.
And we know he's capable of those memorable ones. And a first time out of the game called for Utah.
And we've seen it for years. Despite their regular season success, the Jazz just unable to make much noise in the playoffs. Credit the front office for coming to terms with it and pivoting to a rebuild while they could get top value for their stars.
And some changes here for the Raptors. Achua, he's checked in for Siakam. OG Anunoby comes in for Scotty Barnes. And it's Otto Porter Jr. in for Trent. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. Great, when you look at Toronto, they have a lot of length and defensive switchability.
They swarm opposing stars and tend to make it very difficult in those passing lanes. So a great profile for a modern NBA defense.
He's perfect from the line this time. Toronto leading by 7. Manton, the pass to Porter. From deep. No good. Shot missing. And it's Utah the other way. Last time they met was in Utah.
Yeah, and their last time out against this club, turnovers really did them in. Just way too many mistakes.
They were forced into tons of sloppy play, and I think they'll be looking to be more composed tonight.
And likes the view from there. He's a strong mid-range shooter.
Well, sometimes when you've got size, your release point is so high that you're going to get a good look no matter what.
And they're getting their points now almost exclusively from the triple. 4 of their last 5 makes are from beyond the arc.
It's hauled in by the Raptors. Anunoby passes to Benton, and it's thrown down hard with both hands.
Yeah, they have gone full throttle from the opening tip, showing no signs of letting up.
Well, you set the tempo early, and when you get command and control of a game, it's perfect.
And Utah has possession after the Raptors pick up 2.
Boy, he was wide open. You wonder, did he overthink it? That's a missed opportunity.
There's Porter with the 3. Good, and a nice assist from Porter. 24 points for the great one.
How many times have we seen a possession like that from them today? Ending with a basket, coming off a pretty pass.
Deep 2 from Clarkson. Clarkson missing again.
I'm sure he's kicking himself. He hates to blow that kind of opportunity.
There's Porter with the 3. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Jazz will take it.
Utah ball.
The Raptors making a switch here. Birch is checked in. And Utah with a change here, too. Beasley's checked in. 20 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Here's Sexton. And that time, also a missed shot.
That's not the type of opportunity he fails to convert very often.
Porter looking it over. Oh, and he just knocked down the buzzer beater.
Big-time shot to beat the buzzer there. My goodness.
Well, that's a perfect end to the quarter for them. You have no idea how much of an effect those buzzer beaters can have on a team's momentum.
And as the first quarter wraps up, already a double-digit lead. Raptors lead by 16. We'll be back shortly, live from Toronto.
It's time for your Northside Crew. Come on in.
And glad to have you with us, folks. Second quarter of basketball. This game has not exactly been neck and neck, but plenty of time left in this one. And a chance for just a second now to check out the scoring breakdown for the Raptors.
Absolutely dialed in from beyond the arc so far in this one. The defense is surrendering the long-range shot here early on.
Yeah, and what an excellent display of passing in the early stages of this game. A good deal of their points coming directly off quality passes.
Anunoby in at the forward with Barnes next to him. Then it's Gary Trent. Then it's Pascal Siakam. And it's Banton in at the point guard. So that's the 5 in the game for Toronto.
That's unselfishness from Trent Jr. We know he wants to score, but when your teammate's that wide open, just simply put the ball where it needs to be.
Now here is Conley, coming in off a 10-point performance last game out. Passes it to Holmes. Here's Beasley. Count it, good. Beasley's got his first 2 points.
Well, that's Malik Beasley fighting through the contact to finish close. Nice.
Trent outside. Pass to Banton. Lays it up off the glass. Banton's got his second basket.
This is what we call highly efficient play. Working off the screen, getting to the cup.
The son of an NBA vet, Gary Trent Jr.'s game is very different than his dad.
Well, obviously, Gary Sr. had more size and therefore was a post player in a different generation. The younger Mr. Trent, an excellent shooter from deep. Pretty much the opposite style of play.
And they've had assists now on their last 3 baskets.
Outside Conley. Beasley up top. Over Trent. They get it back. Here's Holmes. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. The Jazz have had 2 chances at the line already, making them both.
At the line for the Jazz, Richaun Holmes. At the line for 2.
That free throw good from Holmes.
And you know there aren't many teams with a more dedicated fan base than Utah's. The Jazz fans are behind their team no matter what.
Chris Boucher's checked in for Toronto. Both free throws good from Holmes. It's always striking, Greg, to see the bond between the Jazz team and their follow-up.
Well, when you're the only game in town, people take the team to heart. And we see it in cities like Portland and San Antonio as well. The fans form that attachment to their team. Oh, and a nice job of turning that miss into 2 points on the tip-in.
Hustle points, I believe they call them. Hustle points right there. Trent outside. Nobody near Barnes. Hits the three-point bomb. Barnes has got 7 points in the game.
They've given up a lot of three-pointers here today.
Here's Abaji. Lays it up and banks it in. last outing for Utah, it was a loss to Minnesota.
Total embarrassment. I was shocked at how poorly they played. I think they were shocked.
Well, frankly, they should be shocked. I mean, that kind of effort simply won't cut it in today's NBA. Let's see if they take any lessons from it.
Unwilling to let up, even for a moment. That's his killer instinct, just fanning the flames.
One thing I enjoy is watching players who don't pay attention to the score. You lock in on the moment and play the right way.
Here's Horton Tucker. Gary Trent Jr. making his last shot. Just 5 on the clock. Horton Tucker's shot is off.
And his defense so valuable. Not many can bother that shot at the rim.
Boy, you see the effort. You see the range. This guy prides himself in his ability to shut you down.
Big miscommunication on defense. He recognizes it and quickly takes advantage.
And that's typical of this guy. He's always reading the situation, reacting quickly, and capitalizing.
And the Jazz call time here. Well, Greg, we see it every year. Those overachieving teams in the NBA. What enables them to be greater than the sum of their parts?
Well, listen, luck can play a part, but confidence is a huge factor as well. If you walk into that gym every night believing you'll find a way to win, oftentimes you do.
Get down, Theo. It's time for your noise.
A different look for Utah. Rudy Gay's checked in for Richaun Holmes. Clarkson comes in for Horton Tucker. And it's Sexton in for Mike Conley. Here's Abaji.
2 minutes remaining in the first half. 2 minutes.
Clarkson outside. Buries it from three-point range. Clarkson's got his first 3 points of the game.
Well, give Jordan Clarkson a ton of credit. He has worked tirelessly on this shot.
The pass to Porter. Fires for 3. Sexton grabs the board. Jazz trail by 18. Let's check in with our reporter, David Aldridge.
Thanks, Kevin. The great one in that last game against San Antonio played some superb basketball. He picked up 39 points. And it seemed like every shot he put up was going in. That's how dialed in he was. His numbers were off the chart. He was unguardable, and he knew it. And he took advantage of it. Kevin, back to you.
Thanks for the report, D.A. Greg, phenomenal effort by him in that last game.
He willed the team to victory through his talent and through that competitiveness.
Let's give credit to his teammates for continuing to find this guy. They knew he had the hot hand, and they were willing to ride it all night long.
Here is Porter after the basket by Utah.
And after that great first quarter from three-point range, he has finally come back to earth.
To the inside, and then Gay with the dunk.
And we all know Gay is capable of dunking it. He can't let him get to that launching pad there. You're only asking for trouble.
There's Porter with the 3. He can't get that one. And Utah the other way now.
I think he's got to settle down, because right now it feels like he's rushing, like he's forcing some shots. This quarter he has been completely bothered.
Now here's Sexton. And good that time. Sexton's got his second bucket of the night.
Yeah, they've raised their shooting percentage in this quarter, and they're starting to get on track.
Raptors leading by 10. Trent passes to Porter. Shoots over Clarkson. And again, no good by Toronto.
Listen, offensively, they're very comfortable with him taking that shot. It's a good look under very little pressure. He just can't convert.
Pass to Abaji. And so it's the Toronto Raptors with a 10-point lead. Some breathing room heading into the break. Their shooting has been the big key. Their percentage from the field so far has been terrific. Back right after this. We hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. We're halfway through the game. It's been one outstanding game from the Great One.
Yeah, he's just been raining down on them from deep here. Talk about dialed in.
Well, the break certainly didn't have a cooling effect on him at all. He's in a great rhythm, looking comfortable and confident.
Taking a look at the Jazz, we've got Jared Vanderbilt. Sexton is out there with Conley. Then there's Richaun Holmes, and it's Horton Tucker in at the 3, the small forward. So it's Toronto now. After the basket by Utah. Manton, the pass to Barnes. Good ball movement here by the Raptors. There's Porter with the 3. Shot clock reset for Toronto. Shots good by Banton.
Boy, his hard work on the offensive glass, earning an additional opportunity.
Outside, Sexton. Here's Horton Tucker. Guarded by Porter. Horton Tucker's shot is off. Toronto leading by 10. And looking back on that Toronto run, Pascal Siakam, Doris, was a big piece to that puzzle.
There's no question about it. They allowed that young man to flourish in transition. He was a tremendous defender for the group. He was a big-time part of that title.
Now Sexton, following the three-point attempt by Pascal Siakam.
Well, nice job by Colin Sexton to find the open man. You want to see court awareness from the young gun.
And the Raptors call time here. In addition to going over the game plan and making whatever necessary adjustments have to be made, Greg, this timeout also the time for players to get rehydrated or hydrate for the first time with some Gatorade. Plenty of basketball still to be played here, and they have to get recharged.
That's a great point. Without proper hydration, a player can completely run out of gas down the stretch of a game. And that's something that none of these guys can afford to have happen. If you're going to battle all the way to the finish, you have got to be hydrated.
Markkanen, he's checked in for Utah. And Toronto has possession. Their biggest lead of the game was 21. And at home for the next game, it'll be Detroit pulling into town. And that'll be the middle game of their 5 and their longest homestand of the year. Now, here's Porter. This one for 3. Markkanen pulls it in.
1 for 5 has got to be a frustrating start, and they just don't look sharp right now. Can they find their offensive game?
Here's Horton Tucker. He's got 7. Passes it to Holmes. Over Siakam. Holmes can't get it to go in. And so it's Trent with it. He brings it up for Toronto. It's a 10-point game. And that one's good by Porter.
Yeah, he's flat fueling their success. Most of the offense has gone through him.
Jazz have gone 2 of 5 shooting here in the third quarter. Bounce pass Conley. Horton Tucker. That's in there. Conley with the assist. Horton Tucker's got 10 points.
There's a reason Mike Conley's teammates love playing with him. If you're open, I promise he'll find you.
Siakam looking around. Shoots it up. And the Raptors tack on 2 more.
This guy is a pick-your-poison kind of player. Very hard defensively to cover all your bases with him. Guys, I've got to say, one of the things I love the most about the Toronto Raptors, how special their fan base is. Really, when you think about it, Canada much more associated with the great sport of hockey, but they love professional basketball.
It's time now to hear from our Hall of Fame reporter, David Aldridge. What's the latest, David?
Thanks, guys. A busy few years for Nick Nurse. In 2019, he helped lead the Raptors to the title, and he was the 2020 Coach of the Year. He says, it means a lot to me that this city and this country loves this team so much. We can go out there and give them something to be proud of. Of course, Kevin, he's been a key part of that success. Back to you.
Maybe the single most important part of their success, DA. Thank you so much. Oh, you're right. This fan base here in Toronto is terrific and certainly gets excited to cheer on their Raptors. They love them.
They do, and their theme is, quote, "We the North." You can truly tell how much these fans love the Raptors. Remember the scene in Jurassic Park outside the stadium, that special area when the finals were going on in 2019. It was pure pandemonium.
Here's Sexton. After Toronto picking up the basket just moments ago. No good from 11 feet. Barnes passes to Siakam. Over to the left wing. Outside, Porter lets the 3 fly. Mike Conley with the rebound. Jazz trail by 14. 1:49 left here in the third quarter. Outside for Sexton. 5 on the clock. Inside. And Markkanen gets it to go on the assist by Sexton. Markkanen's got his second basket of the game. Toronto calls timeout. And Markkanen can give you, Greg, a solid defensive effort at both the 3 and the 4.
And Kevin, many thought Markkanen was a defensive liability. But give him credit, worked hard to prove he wasn't. And while not a superb defender, he has become a plus defender for this team.
Some changes here for the Raptors. Achua, he's checked in for Siakam. OG Anunoby comes in for Barnes. And it's Otto Porter Jr. in for Trent. Jazz also changing it up. Vanderbilt's checked in for Rashawn Holmes. Malik Beasley comes in for Horton Tucker. And it's Jordan Clarkson in for Mike Conley. Good! Another from 3.
He has been on the money from deep.
Yep, definitely looking to shoot it as much as possible. And no one near Clarkson as he lets it go. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. Here's Porter. Doesn't go that time. Now the Jazz take it the other way. Next step for them, the Knicks, a road game in New York. That'll be game 2 of 4 straight on the road. Here's Sexton. It's hauled in by the Raptors. Their biggest lead of the game was 21.
And the shots just continue to say no in terms of falling.
It's Porter outside. The Raptors rebound. Basket counts. Achua's got his first basket.
And boy, he can see blood in the water attacking a somewhat helpless team right now.
Well, you love that there's no let-up in how they're playing. They want to dominate every aspect, including second-chance points.
Here's Beasley, and it's Beasley finishing it off.
Now, make no mistake, there's some big-time athleticism when you're talking about Malik Beasley. Rise up and finish at the cup.
Manton, the pass to Porter. Lets it go from deep, and the 3-ball is good. Porter's got 38 points.
Well, they're getting a lot of their points outside the paint. 3 of their last 5 baskets are from three-point range.
Out to Clarkson. From the arc. He can't get it to go. And so it's the Toronto Raptors with an 18-point lead as the quarter comes to a close. They've been putting on a clinic in the paint. Shots are falling with regularity, and they are pounding it down low. And we've got more in 2K Sports coming your way after this break. And let's take now this moment to bring up our State Farm assist of the game.
And the definition of teamwork right there, guys. I mean, what great communication between them, and what a beautiful feed.
Nothing better than chemistry, right? Working together to create a bucket.
And with the fourth quarter upon us, time is running out for this game to become competitive. Raptors leading by 18. Inside for him, it's Barnes and Siakam. Sharing the wing spots for them. It'll be Trent Jr. and Anunoby. And it's Porter at the 1 spot. That's the 5 out there for the Raptors. Here's Horton Tucker. Following the basket by Pascal Siakam. The open look here for Sexton. It's good from long range.
Well, this is what you call finding angles to come off in the catch-and-shoot situation. Nice job by Colin Sexton.
Here's Siakam. And 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact.
And you watch the way that Siakam plays. He can get you in the open court or in half-court sets. Great forward who gives you a little bit of everything.
They throw good. Siakam. And for Siakam, Greg, he almost epitomizes the modern forward.
And that's not to say he's the best forward, but he displays all the skills you now expect from that position. Solid player who any team would love to have.
Mike Conley's checked in for the Jazz. And good on the second, so he makes them both.
I think the value of Pascal Siakam is the skill set on both ends of the floor. He can play multiple positions either end, and he can lift his team in any number of ways.
Here's Conley, and that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up. It's going to be on Siakam. And a moment now to look at the scoring approach in terms of where the points are coming from for Toronto.
I'm in love with how they're moving the basketball all game long, and also their ability to move without the ball. That style just makes it so difficult to defend.
Boy, the long ball has been another point of emphasis for this group tonight. Their shooters are finding open spaces and firing without hesitation.
Now, here's Anunoby. Count the bucket, and he's got a free throw coming up as well.
And the muscle that Anunoby possesses, fantastic at cutting it out through contact and finishing.
At the line for your Raptors, OT and...
That's good from Anunoby. And the play-in tournament, Greg, is here to stay, but the terminology is somewhat in limbo. Is that going to be part of the playoffs?
You hear people say it's not the playoffs, it's the play-in. Maybe the term postseason should cover both the play-in and the playoffs. Something to think about.
Nice job by OG Anunoby to be aggressive from distance.
Clarkson kicks to Conley. Back to Clarkson. Down low. And Holmes throws it down.
Really good execution by Jordan Clarkson. As a coach, you're always looking to maximize your team's consistency. That's good offense.
Now here's Porter. Pass to Trent. The pass to Barnes. Kicks to Porter. Good, and it's Barnes picking up the assist. Porter's got 40 points.
This guy has been unstoppable. It has not mattered at all what the defense throws at him. He's had an answer.
Utah calls timeout, and Scotty Barnes, the Rookie of the Year in 2022 in the NBA.
And you could argue he was maybe the biggest surprise of the 21 draft. Made a huge impact on the floor immediately. If you did a redraft for that class, he'd be closer to the top.
And the Raptors making a change here. Banton's checked in. For Utah, they've gone 2 of 3 from the field to get the fourth quarter started. Pass to Horton Tucker. Clarkson against Trent. Right side, Conley. Can't connect from 14 feet out.
And that's the battle they haven't been winning today. Their work on the glass has been porous, and that's got to change.
Here's Banton. Oh, yes, he did. 5 up and 5 down in so long.
And this has been a great job of just getting into the middle of that defense and really scoring effectively from the paint.
Now here's Conley. Passes to Horton Tucker. Offline with his 3. Here's Toronto now. They're on a 12-4 run right now. Trent outside. Pass to Barnes. Siakam against Vanderbilt from the low block. And Siakam with the nice pocket inside. Siakam's got 6 points in the quarter.
And of the last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is just smash mouth physical basketball, guys.
Now, here's Clarkson. Vanderbilt the pass to Clarkson. 5 to shoot. Over Trent. A shot by Clarkson, no good. Toronto have gotten absolutely red hot shooting the ball here in the fourth. A perfect 6 for 6. Conley against Anunoby. It's Trent on the wing. The Raptors need to get a shot. Here's Siakam. And again, it's Toronto converted.
Getting it done on both ends, and it shows up in the score.
Well, what I love is the energy they're bringing right now. They're ignoring the scoreboard and playing hard.
Here's Horton Tucker. Back to Clarkson. Will it go? Fouled on the shot and picks up 2 points. So 1 free throw coming up.
Jordan Clarkson showing the ability to put the ball on the deck and make a play.
You know, because of his scoring prowess, Jordan Clarkson has earned the name Flamethrower. He is something else, isn't he, Doris, coming off the bench?
He is, Kevin. That is an appropriate and fitting nickname because this guy can get hot in a hurry. And what a luxury to have somebody as consistently productive like Jordan Clarkson come off your bench. That's fabulous.
And we all know that injuries are a part of the game, Doris, but it seems like for taller players, bigger players, there can be an additional challenge. Why is that?
Well, think about it, Kevin. If you're a 7-footer who maybe goes between 250 and 280 pounds, playing an 82-game grind with so little time for rest and for healing, the modern game with all the movement that's required, that is particularly challenging for any big man of that size.
And so it's going to end up in the record books as a blowout, a dominating performance for Toronto.
They found a great rhythm from long range.
Yeah, Kevin, every time they left a man open deep, he'd get a good shot at the basket, didn't hesitate, and that aggression paid off.
And the strong effort here will convert into what will be their 50th win on the season.
Really, they had their number this season. 2 wins, a home win, and an away win.
And you know, when you look at the huge impact he had, just a monster game for the great one.
There wasn't much they could do to slow him down as he was converting every good chance he got.
Now, here is Hernangomez. Young for 3, and the Raptors hit again from deep.
Saw the opportunity to put this away and did not turn it down.
Yeah, playing with great energy and great effort. And as a coach, you'd love to see this from your team every single night.
Here's Butler. Johnson, wide open. He fires. Wide open, couldn't capitalize. 26 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Manton, the pass to Hernangomez. Jackson in the corner. There's the pass to Banton. Outside for Jackson. Pass to Banton. Now, here is Hernangomez. And so Toronto takes this but by a big margin. They poured it on tonight. Dominant showing in front of a crowd that loved every minute of it.
And you know, this game could really be a defining one for what they can do when they are playing at their best. I mean, being here at home, no doubt helps. And the execution was flawless.
And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For Greg Anthony, Doris Burke, and David Alton, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for tuning in. So long, everyone.
Oh, look forward